Hello and welcome to episode 1 of Raising a Socially Intelligent Child, Unraveling what social intelligence means. So we'll just jump right into it. We're going to start by reading John chapter 8, which is our text for today, from verse 3 to 11. John chapter 8, from verse 3 to 11. I'll be reading from the New International Version. The teacher of the law and the Pharisees brought in a woman caught in adultery. They made her stand before the group and said to Jesus, "Teacher, this woman was caught in the act of adultery. In the law, Moses commanded us to stone such women. Now, what do you say?" They were using this question as a trap in order to have a basis for accusing him. But Jesus bent down and started to write on the ground with his finger. When they kept on questioning him, he straightened up and said to them, "If any one of you is without sin, let him be the first to throw a stone at her." Again, he stooped down and wrote on the ground. At this, those who heard began to go away, one at a time, the older ones first, until only Jesus was left, with the woman still standing there. Jesus straightened up and asked her, "Woman, where are they? Has no one condemned you?" "No one, sir," she said. "Then neither do I condemn you," Jesus declared. "Go now and live your life of sin." When I started researching and learning the concept of social intelligence and how to align so that I can model same to my boys, I came across several scientific terms on this topic. Don't worry, I'm going to spare you. Jesus showed a sterling social intelligence, a social skill, when he communicated his opinion with the accusers of this woman that was caught in adultery. Very intriguing, right? I'm sure you haven't seen it in that light. Now, let me paint you two scenarios. Scenario 1, let's say that you make your way out of the house. You're a girl, you're a woman, you have your fancy dress on, you're about to go to town, maybe just run errands or something, no matter what time of the day it is. And then you open the gate, you're standing in front of the gate, and you're just about to step out. Then your eyes fall on a cluster of boys. And these boys give you this dangerous look that screams danger, or even smack their lips lustfully when looking at you. And then you even take it further. You step out, you look right and left, and you see no one, absolutely no one on the street. Everywhere is lonely and quiet. You are more likely to retreat and get back into the house. The ability to make this 2-second decision based on the perception of your environment is referred to as social intelligence. Another example. You go to visit a friend whom you haven't seen in a very long time. The moment you step in, his mom goes back into the room after responding to your greeting very casually, and his siblings also leave the house after giving you this look that says, another one has come to take abroad something. And to make it worse, your friend casually offers you a seat and just throws this question at you. "What's up now? This is someone you have not seen in a very long time." It is very likely that you will feel unwelcome and you immediately start regretting coming. In other words, the vibe they give off is a vibe that you will take on, so to speak. Okay, now just suppose this scenario with when you go there, and as soon as you get there, they just jump on you. Your friend opens the door, jumps on you, you both engage in a very long and warm hug, and then you go on to listen to everything. They just download the gist of everything from the time they stepped out of Nigerian Muritala International Airport until when they came in, right? You'll be more likely to want to stay, and you feel more welcome. You cheer him and you have a better conversation. Why? Now, because you were giving a vibe that your brain picked as, okay, this place is This place is tension free. This place is okay. I can relax. From these two scenarios, no one tells you what to do. You're able to come up with a decision on the spot based on the inferences that the social environment offers you. Social intelligence can be described as the ability and the capacity to know yourself first, and then know other people. Be socially aware. Understand other people's mood. Know your environment. Manage yourself. And then be able to make decisions that support your relationship with people. It's a learnable trait. Social intelligence is a learnable trait. It's a learnable ability. You can learn it, okay? So in laying the foundation of teaching social skills, whether you're teaching to your toddler or your teenager, there are 4 things to bear in mind. Number 1, it's about the ability to be self-aware, to know what ticks you off and recognize your emotions and feelings and how they hurt the other person. So that individual, that child, that toddler, that teenager has to first of all understand that when they shout, this is their response. This is what they have given off. They have to also realize and recognize that there is a response that what they give off will get for them. And they also have to know what makes them angry, what hurts them, and it's okay to name that feeling. For example, if they are sad, it's okay to say, I'm sad. I'm sad because I was unable to get this. Learning to name that feeling also helps to build your self-awareness. You know how you feel, you know what your triggers are. You know that if you are kept waiting for a long time, you can get impatient and you may begin to raise your voice. It's the ability to know yourself. Self-awareness is key for any social relationship, any social interaction, at work, in school, everywhere. I bet even in marriage. You need to know yourself first. Understand your reactions. Understand how your reactions affect the other person. Secondly, understand and empathize with other people. Empathy is a very key ingredient in social relationships. And empathy just means learning to feel for another person. Learning to feel for another person, feel the person's pain, not pity per se, but understand how that person is feeling. Learning to show empathy is a very important skill. If you show empathy, it means that you are able to understand how someone is feeling, you're able to relate. You might not necessarily agree with, it's not about you. It's not about you, it's about the other person. For example, if a child is pushed and falls down, showing empathy is not you too, why didn't you hold yourself? Why didn't you push the child back? It's understanding that this child was pushed because he or she trusted that where he was safe for him, and so he engaged with all his mind. He didn't or she didn't anticipate to be pushed, and there she is. She has been pushed and she has to stagger. Empathy is helping the child up, helping her dust herself, and taking her to safety. That's showing empathy. So learning to show empathy for people is one of the key ingredients in social skills and social intelligence. Teaching your child empathy also involves how you react when your child makes a mistake, how you react when your child expresses a concern. You don't just shush him or her or say, oh, but I expect you to know better. Teaching her empathy or teaching him empathy, we're going to go more in depth on that in module 2, in episode 2, but just know that empathy is an important ingredient in teaching social intelligence. Number 3 is learning to solve problems that arise from human relationships. So the basis or the foundation of social skills is also learning how to solve a problem at the spur of the moment. Okay, what do I say to this person to get this person feeling better? What do I do when I'm being bullied in school? or when someone is accusing me of what I did not do? What do I do when I'm asked to do something I don't really want to do? Problem solving skills connotes that you're able to come up with you're able to come up with a solution when there is a problem, when something happens that other people are trying to find what to do. Now, I read a story, a very important story, while I was researching and learning on social intelligence. I read a story in a book written by Daniel Goleman, and he opened that book with a story of how they, many years ago, well, not that many years ago, they were fighting a war, and they went to, I think, Afghanistan, and then they approached the mosque looking for ration or something. They needed the help. But the indigenes, the people there, these were American soldiers, right? The people there felt that they had come to destroy the mosque, and immediately they gathered and surrounded them. And they knew that they didn't go there for war, they didn't go there for trouble, they went there for peace. So the commander had to think and solve that situation in split second. And what did he do? He told all of them to go on a knee, just one knee, point their gun to the ground, and smile. He just commanded them to smile. And that was how they relaxed the nerves of those people, and they went on to get what they wanted. So the ability to solve problems, sometimes it might not be that bad. It might just be a problem as simple as I just realized that my skirt is stained and I'm supposed to take a recital in school. What do I do? I just realized that my dress is torn. What do I do? I just noticed that this. What do I do? Problem solving skills. So you can either, the ability to solve that problem at the nick of time, at that time, is borders on social intelligence. And then finally, the ability to make decisions. So decision making is also part of social intelligence. So these are the things: ability to be self-aware, to know what ticks your child off and recognizes her emotions and feelings, understanding and empathizing with others, knowing how people feel, learning to solve problems that arise from human relationships, and learning to make decisions that impact on your child's life and the quality of living. So I'm going to just run through 6 abilities that social intelligence convey. What are the 6 abilities that social intelligence convey? So if I teach my child, when you're going to school, or when a teacher is writing a lesson note, they will say, after this class, the student should be able to, right? So the hallmark that your child is socially intelligent, I have summarized it in these 6 broad areas. Number 1, ability to communicate their feelings and emotions verbally or non-verbally, to give verbal cues or non-verbal cues. A socially intelligent child is able to communicate how they feel, say it, name the emotion properly, and say it. I feel sad, I feel frustrated, I'm excited, I'm anxious. Ability to say how they feel and communicate it. Number 2, they're able to understand ground rules, values, and principles. And when they grow, they're able to understand how the organization works. They're able to understand the culture around them, so that they can understand how to relate with the people there. That's fitting in. By fitting in, it doesn't mean forgetting your own home training. It doesn't mean that you blend in and become like them if you don't want to be like that. But it's to understand your environment, understand the rules that are governing your environment. And of course, it will help you to make a decision. Is this where I want to be? Does this environment serve me in the long run? Okay, so that's number 2. Number 3, listening or learning to understand other people's saying. Just listen, just beyond response. Listening is a skill. And a socially intelligent person is able to listen beyond, okay, let me just hear her out so I can say what I have in mind. A socially intelligent person learns to listen. So you can say things like, listen first. Listen to what your sister is saying. I know you know it, just listen. Okay? Listening is a socially intelligent skill. Number 4, Understanding what triggers a person's emotion or reactions in order to relate better with that person. So, like I said in the beginning, when we're talking about laying the foundation, the reason why you want to know what triggers a person's emotion is so that you can avoid it, or so that you can know what to do when it happens. For example, if your child's restlessness is triggered by hunger, you don't take a hungry child out. I had a dear friend of mine say this, and it really made a lot of sense. That's social intelligence. You know that this child is triggered by hunger or triggered by thirst. For some children, when they are irritated, they become anxious or something. Just understanding and learning their emotional cues can help you to know what to avoid or what to do to help the situation. And as they grow, they also learn to, so if they come to you to complain, see, my younger brother is crying. Why is he crying? Have you gone to find out? Go and ask him why he's crying. Or go and find out why he's crying. Oh, someone took his toy forcefully. Okay? So you don't go and back. Why can't you share? No, we're going to learn all of those in modeling how to teach social intelligence. But today, let's focus on what we want to achieve at the end of this lesson. Okay? And then adjusting quickly to new environments without feeling out of place by learning to relate with the people there. Some people are misfits when they get into a new environment, maybe because they feel that they're not accepted in that place. But you see, a socially intelligent person might want to scan the environment, see who they can relate with, and penetrate through that person. All right, and finally, knowing to carry yourself respectfully and being conscious of your self-image. Yes, so that's part of so these 6 things are what we're trying to achieve. Number 1, ability to communicate. Number 2, teaching your child to listen. Number 3, understanding ground rules, values, principles that guide your home and of course wherever they find themselves. Number 4, understanding what the person's trigger is. Number 5, adjusting quickly to a new environment. And number 6, knowing how to carry themselves and carrying themselves in the right image. So how does learning to be socially intelligent impact or influence your child or help your child? They're able to relate better with their peers or even other forms of relationship, maybe with the ones younger than they are or with the ones, their mentors, their teachers. They're able to relate better. You see, I remember a story when I was in the university. I think I was in my 3rd year. Yes, I was in my 3rd year. A lecturer had given us a time to submit an assignment, and all the students had submitted. There was this young man who, I think he had a problem and he had to go home to sort it out with his parents, and so he missed the deadline for that assignment. He had to go the following day, and he was able to figure out that, first of all, this man, this is what he likes. So he brought it to him with a smile and his assignment, and he went in my local language, "Daddy, I'm your child. Please accept my homework," with the gift in hand. That man is no devil. He melted immediately and he collected his assignment. And he went on to, I think he made an A in that course, or B, I don't quite remember, but he aced the course. What am I saying? I'm saying that social intelligence will help them in real life relationships with their bosses, with their mentors, with their teachers, with people that they find themselves with. They learn to communicate better. They learn to have and carry themselves better, like their self-image. Carrying yourself better doesn't mean that you have to put someone down in order to feel important. No, it's knowing how to respect yourself, okay? And then learn to empathize well, yet be assertive. Empathy on one hand and being assertive on the other hand. So that is what we're going to accomplish at the end of this 4-module course. Thank you so much for watching. This is what we draw the curtain on today's episode. So come back here next week, discuss what did you learn, discuss in your small group, in your small unit, and let's even see what you know about social intelligence and how it helps the child become a better person. Bye for now.